I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings, see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings, see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this
Good morning. Welcome to Sunday service at the Unity Center for Positive Living in Everett. Let's start our time together today with a reading from the Daily Word. Sunday, September 24th. When I am experiencing a healing need, I focus my thoughts beyond illness and discomfort. Even as I seek treatment for the injury or illness, I see myself whole. I remember that I am created in the image according to the likeness of God. I know my life is God's life living in me. Divine life fills every cell, strengthens every muscle, bone, and organ, and quickens every nerve in my body. It restores perfect order to all my body's functions, releasing and replacing anything unlike itself. When someone asks me to pray with them, I do not ask about their symptoms or circumstances. I affirm the healing activity of divine life in each one with whom I pray. I see them as the spiritual beings they are, whole and well. The scripture today is John chapter 1, verse 4. In him was life, and the life was the light of all people. The opening statement, divine life lives in me. I am whole and well. Let's repeat that together. Divine life lives in me. I am whole and well. Our chaplain will lead us in an opening prayer.
Oh, good morning. Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here with you all today. So let us all close our eyes if we're comfortable. And as we go within, we center ourselves in our individual spaces, whether here or at home. And we allow ourselves to open ourselves up to Spirit, the Spirit within us that guides us and directs us, heals us from within, and knows the words we need to say and the actions we need to take to progress along this journey through physical life and evolve as spiritual beings. And as we know this truth, we allow the feeling of loving kindness and compassion to flow from us wherever we are and whatever we're doing, and to shine our light, making this world a brighter place for all. And I'm so very grateful to know this truth. And I release this word knowing that it is so. And so it is. Thank you, Spirit.
is easy. Just repeat after us, okay? Oh, we do it in A. Thank you. That's a big help. Go ahead. Well, I'm only a flawed human, so please bear with me here.
You fit right in.
The good thing is there's room to go, so we can do that. Oh, light of God,
Oh, light of God,
shine down on me.
shine down on me.
Open up my heart
Open up my heart
and help me see
and help me see
that peace and love
that peace and love
are all around.
are all around.
Come help me see
Come help me see
thy holy sound.
thy holy sound.
Oh, light of God,
Oh, light of God,
brighten up my day.
brighten up my day.
When the sky is dark,
Sky is dark,
show me the way.
show me the way.
I'm just a child
I'm just a child
wandering this land.
wandering this land.
Reach out to me and take my hand. Let's hear it. Keep it going. La, 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 la. Let's sing. Oh, light of God, shine down on me. Open up my heart and help me see that peace and love are all around. Come help me see thy holy sound. Come help me see my holy sound.
Well, good morning. Welcome again. I think Candy was surprised I followed her off the platform, but it's like, I'm not standing up here so we look like a quartet with this one poor person out here that can't sing.
I've heard you sing.
Yeah, no, I'm not a backup singer.
You would improve both the average looks and the IQ, so I think you're
Whatever. Well, I'd like to introduce you to the people who are most visibly serving you today. You are greeted by our ushers, Mary and Mara Lee. Yvonne is hosting our social hour. Rick and Walter are providing AV support for us. Our chaplain, Candy, you met her a moment ago. Sally, Doug, and Richard are providing music for us. My name is Cindy, and our speaker today is our wonderful friend, Doug Benecke. I was just about to say a word I cannot properly pronounce. Oh, luckily I didn't do that.
Take his last name when we got married.
there you go.
I mispronounced your name a lot when I first knew you, Doug, and I misspelled it, but I've got it now. I'd like to remind you, if you brought your cell phone in with you today, please turn it off so we can have a nice quiet meditation here in a moment. And I do have a couple of announcements today, not quite as many as last week, but just a few reminders. I'd like to let you know I do have the Applebee's breakfast tickets available for you to purchase now, but I do have a disclaimer. We were misinformed when we told you the price was $10. It's gone up to $12. Is anybody shocked that food is slightly more expensive? No one's shocked by that, are they? It's still a great deal. You get an egg and bacon or sausage pancake and juice breakfast. You get to hang out with us. It's on Saturday, October 14th from 9 to 11 a.m. And the thing that is the most fun is that your board of directors will be serving you your breakfast. So, I'm sure that you will have such fabulous service, you will feel moved to generously tip, because all of the tips the church gets to keep, and then we split the cost of the food with the restaurants. So it's really great. Fun way to get together, make a little bit of money for the church, and spend a Saturday morning together. Then a reminder, the Heart-Centered Metaphysics class starts tomorrow night at 6 o'clock from 6 to 7:30. We do have one scholarship left for the materials. The board approved several scholarships and bought materials ahead of time, so I have one left, so it's kind of like, see me after service. It's going to be a 9-week course, so I know that's a long time to make a commitment. You will have a book and a workbook that you can follow up with if you miss a class, so don't worry if you can't make every Monday night between now and Thanksgiving. Whew, boy. Let's see, another exciting thing. After social hour today, if you would like to come down, have coffee, say hello to everybody, and then a bunch of people from the church are going to go out to Silver Lake Park, to the Thornton A. Sullivan Park out in South Everett on the west side, the main park entrance. They have a wonderful new playground. So all of you kids at heart can go down there. They're just going to hang out for a while, give the kids a chance to run around and play, and it's an opportunity for you to get out on a wonderful, second day of fall now? So that would be a fun way for you to spend your afternoon. And then I just want to call your attention to the bulletin that you got, the little notice you got inside your bulletin today. Niobe Weaver is coming back the end of October. She'll be doing the Sunday morning service, and she will be doing a emotional vibration meditation class after that at 1 o'clock. So you'll have time to go get a bite of lunch. You can come to social hour, have a little bite of lunch, and then workshop will start at 1 o'clock. So we hope you can join us for that. And I think that's it now. We're ready to sing another song, so get ready.
I will say this about Applebee's. If you're on the fence, I've read that in medieval times, it was often the custom for knights to serve at banquets for the king and queen while on horseback. Is the board going to be doing that? You will only know if you attend that event.
You promised you wouldn't tell.
Wow, what a bunch of jokers today. But laughter is the best medicine, isn't it? Yeah. This next one you know, but for those of you who can't remember or are at home, I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea, send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. And we repeat that with joy and peace also. And it's very simple, so. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns
meaning of those words into our hearts, into our beings. As you sow, so you reap. And so we are born with these connections to love and to peace and to joy. Breath by breath, let us feel the truth of that connection. Our shining souls with love and peace and joy as the primary attributes. Mother, Father, God, we open ourselves to your grace so that we may be vessels of this love, this peace, this joy, today and in our lives going forward. Let us just feel the resonance of those statements in our bodies, in our minds, in our spirits. Spend a few moments with no narrative voice, feeling that truth. Pure spirit of love, of joy, of peace, residing within each of us. May we again and again open ourselves to the mystery of all you are.
In
it is to you that I sing. Pray that I might feel you. Always in everything. Always in everything. Always in everything.
Thank you. That's beautiful job, sweetie. I'm just going to stand up here and take some drinks now. Sorry, I thought that would be funny. It was a risk, yeah. Right. I think the talk title is not printed necessarily because it's a monthly bulletin. So if you didn't happen to look, my talk today is called Speechless.
Let's just go home then.
And I could just say, that's it. Do you love talking, though? Are you that kind of person? Do you long to converse, parley, discuss, chatter, blather, babble, yak, gossip, prattle, chew the fat, have a tete-a-tete, a heart-to-heart, a chin-wag, a dialogue, a jawbone? Yep. Are you full of sound and fury, signifying nothing, as Shakespeare put it? I'm not saying any of you are, just asking. If anyone here fits the bill, it may be me. Possibly others. Should we have a show of hands? I think we won't. You know who you are. I'll bet we know who you are. The question is, how much do our words matter when we try to convey meaning, when we search for truth, when we apprehend the sacred cosmos? Today, I intend to ask us all about the reality of the words we speak each day in contrast to a reality that is beyond words, that is numinous, ineffable, beyond utterance, unspeakable. We do speak many words, some of us more than others, as we've covered. How many words? According to one source, we humans, not just the chattering classes, but all of us on average, will utter over 860 million words in a lifetime, assuming average longevity. We may even do this in a shorter lifespan if we assume that someone could speak in the tempo of those who describe pharmaceutical side effects in a commercial. If we say that many words, how many do we hear? Again, Dr. Google comes to the rescue, and the results suggest we take in between 20 and 30,000 words in any 24-hour period. Whether we're actually listening is not recorded in these studies. Have you even been listening? But if those words flow toward us at that rate, then in an average American life of some 83 years, they will total 1.1 billion. That's billion with a B. Now, we all know that our words matter, just as do our thoughts, but some research suggests that the text, the words themselves, are the least important part of our communication. Dr. Albert Mehrabian, Professor Emeritus of Psychology at UCLA, is known for having formulated the 55-38-7 rule. Do you know about that? You will now, if you're listening, that is. His studies conclude that we communicate 55% of what we are saying by nonverbal means. More than half our meaning is in our body language, our gestures, facial expressions. Then 38% is in the tone of our voice. Now, we all know this is true when we think of examples like, "Oh yeah, I really love you." "No, I'm not angry at all." "It's fine, I'll be really happy to go." So if 55% of meaning is nonverbal, 38% is tone of voice, this leaves 7% of what we try to say being conveyed by the words we choose. Which means I probably should spend a lot less time writing talks, more time working on vocal tone and body language. But the words are necessary. If, say, Unity of the Hewitt Avenue Trestle, a noisy church, asked me to deliver a Sunday message offering a stipend of $100, I don't think they would happily give me $55 for 20 minutes of facial expressions and gestures alone. They'd want a few words as well. My objective today is to discuss how the sacred dimensions we may encounter are surely beyond our words, and also probably beyond body language, tone of voice, and all the rest. Before we probe into the nonverbal sacred dimension, I want to note that we often use words in daily life in ways that are less than totally conscious and intentional anyway. This is surely why one of my all-time favorite songwriters, the late, great Dave Frischberg, wrote a jazz song consisting of nothing but catchphrases and cliches titled "I Could Care Less." I'll bring a little of it to you. I could care less, believe me. You know what I mean. I could care less, forget it, give me a break. Who knew? Let me tell you, go figure. Have a nice day. Whatever works, chill out, no problemo. So why get bent out of shape like, hey, no way. Yo, lighten up, let's face it, like I give a hoot. Straight ahead, take it easy, be cool, continued success. The bottom line is, I could care less. I could care less. You should really listen to the actual recording. I butchered it. Though we exchange ideas and emotions through speech all the time, all of us know those moments when words fail us. It's so common we have a bunch of words to describe that. We're struck dumb, we're bereft of speech, we're tongue-tied, inarticulate, rendered mute, voiceless, thunderstruck, flabbergasted, mum, gobsmacked. That's my favorite. This can happen in the face of overwhelming experience such as trauma or great emotion of any kind. But how this speechlessness is part of our reckoning with the sacred, the mystery, God, is what I want to turn to. The Serbian poet Dejan Stojanovic writes about it this way. I imagined I was God for a millisecond and became speechless for a long time. As Rumi puts it, although I may try to describe love, when I experience it, I am speechless. And love itself describes its own perfection. Be speechless and listen. And we simply must turn also to Hafiz, a poem we call Someone Should Start Laughing. I have 1,000 brilliant lies for the question, how are you? I have 1,000 brilliant lies for the question, what is God? If you think that the truth can be known from words, if you think that the sun and the ocean can pass through that tiny opening called the mouth, oh, someone should start laughing. Someone should start wildly laughing now. If we think the truth can be known from words, that the sun and the ocean can truly pass through the tiny opening we call the mouth, someone should start wildly laughing now. For those of you studying for your philosophy finals, I will point out that these poems, especially the one by Hafiz, can be thought of as examples of apophatic theology. Apophatic literally means something to not speak of or be speechless about, not because it's forbidden or because we'll be punished, but because words are completely inadequate. Any verbal description will never match the reality. This is a way of thinking about God, the ultimate, the ground of being, that says essentially, whatever this divine force is, we cannot describe it. We can only reckon with it by saying that it's beyond descriptions, beyond words, beyond the beyond. This contrasts, as many of you know, with cataphatic theology, in which we humans tell each other what God is. God is light, God is love, God has these attributes. We seem to need both approaches. In the first principle of unity, we affirm that God is the source and creator of all. There is no other enduring power. God is good and present everywhere. I like that statement. It's a cataphatic statement about God. This is a fun fact you'll want to bring up at Thanksgiving. Cataphatic theology says,
Can you spell that?
yes, C-A-T-A-P-H-A-T-I-C. It says, this is what God is, and that's what you need to know. Apophatic theology says that any of our descriptions don't match up with the thing itself. The map ain't the territory. Interestingly, when we deal with science, with hard facts, you would think that it has a capacity to describe in detail what actually is in the universe, that it would be cataphatic, that the universe is perfectly ordered, our unity power this month. But really, as an effort to describe the universal order, science is imperfect because we continue to encounter new data and craft new ideas. Darwin himself wrote in 1856 that describing nature is trying to define the undefinable. Darwin. Okay, we're going to have a comedy break right now while I tell you about Darwin. I read this and I could not keep it from you any longer. When Darwin was considering marriage to his first cousin, we did things differently in the 1830s. He was used to making notes for his scientific work, and he had 2 columns on a piece of paper: marry, not marry. Advantages under marry included constant companion and friend in old age, better than a dog anyhow. Under not marry, he wrote, less money for books and terrible loss of time. Time to ponder how earthworms reproduce, or whatever he was doing at the time. Having decided in favor of marriage, he discussed it with his father and then went to visit his first cousin, Emma, on July 29th, 1838. He did not get around to proposing that day. Against his father's advice, he discussed with her his theories about the origin of species. I know, Cindy says that's so romantic. So, we started with nature, and I was going to say, I sometimes tell people this, a part of nature I love to pay attention to is the heavens and all that's out there, and we keep learning more and more. I recently read a New York Times article that says the Webb Space Telescope is now bringing our whole model of the cosmos into question. This is what happens as we observe and try out theories to explain the order of the universe. It's been going on for a while. In 1920, and for a few years after that, there was a great debate in astronomy, in cosmology, with one side positing that all we can see in the heavens is within the Milky Way, and the other affirming that the Milky Way is one galaxy among many. As you may know, science has come down on the side of the multiple galaxies idea. The current consensus, just for a mind blower, is that the Milky Way is part of a grouping of galaxies called the Laniakea supercluster. A group of how many galaxies, you ask? Oh, about 100,000, give or take, in a sphere of space more than 500 million light years across. And that's our local neighborhood. Just saying. Now, in addition to these unimaginable spatial dimensions, we could also discuss the mind-boggling age of the universe we inhabit. The leading theories are that it's been around for a bit over 13.5 billion years. Though I can't imagine what was happening 14 billion years ago. I don't know. Now, I've been kicking around this planet for almost 67 years, and I've gone to college and I read some books, so I suppose I might have a pretty good insight into the nature of the universe and the forces, whether physical or metaphysical, that set it all in motion, right? Except for this fact. The percentage of time that I personally have been around is so small compared to the age of the universe that, just for illustration, if we made a kind of scale model of the cosmos saying it started only 100 years ago instead of 13.5 billion, then on that scale, my whole life would be a little over 15 seconds. But Doug, you say, you shouldn't count just your age. You're part of an advanced society, and humans have accumulated knowledge over generations. Think of that. Right. If we say that modern humans have been around for 100,000 years, then in the scale model where the universe's age is a century ratcheted down from 13.5 billion, our vast human wisdom has been accumulated in about the last 23 minutes of that 100 years. We are mayflies. I imagined I was God for a millisecond and became speechless for a long time. Sometimes, with my telescope set up in a starry place, I look at the heavens, not imagining I am God for even a nanosecond, but simply in wonder at what I can see and in awe of what I cannot see, and I too become speechless for a long time. It seems it's easy and comfortable for us to focus on small things we can comprehend and to some extent control. Our gardens, our bills, keeping our homes tidy, our cars repaired, making some measured contributions to others' welfare. We live our ordinary days, a word directly connected to the word order, the power of this month. We live in ordered and orderly ways if we are fortunate. By the way, one more thing about this word order. The etymology of it is, it relates to threads on a loom being lined up just so. And those who take religious orders are aligning their lives with the Spirit of God, as so can we all. Now, just as the universe vast beyond imagining and the extent of time that preceded our short lives cosmically baffling, I believe we may grow by expanding our awareness periodically to try to come to grips with these realities beyond our daily travels, to encounter dimensions that have the capacity to challenge and stretch us. We may be summoned, if we listen to Spirit, to move beyond what we think of as our limits. That mystery, that divine impulse, is also a reality we may know in stillness and prayer if we open ourselves to it. If we affirm that God is the source and creator of all, principle one, well, somebody taking care of that? Anybody know what that is?
It's God.
It's God. It's God telling us, okay, Doug, wrap up your dog. We're figuring it out. Okay. Somebody's figuring it out. If we affirm God as the source and creator of all, the creation is unimaginably large, our place in it astoundingly small. Our precious bodily vehicles, just tiny collations of protoplasm in one church community. You're welcome. This place is an infinitesimal part of an insignificant planet in one spiral arm of a not-so-remarkable galaxy. And here we are joining together while this planet briefly faces our star, something we call day, in celebration and worship. That saying, "Oh God, thy sea is so great and my boat is so small," seems an understatement. But who can say that the infinite wisdom of the Creator is not manifest to small beings on one blue planet, this oasis of life and hope, as much as to any other intelligence in this universe? Who is to declare that we may not also connect to that universal flow, spending our only true currency, the irreplaceable moments of our lives, in knowing our unity with the Creator? What we open to spiritually is no doubt as vast as the cosmos itself, as fathomless as the depths of time. And I, for one, am speechless in its presence. I become speechless for a long time. As Mary Oliver wrote in her poem, "Mysteries, yes. Truly we live with mysteries too marvelous to be understood. How grass can be nourishing in the mouths of the lambs. How rivers and stones are forever in allegiance with gravity while we ourselves dream of rising. How two hands touch and the bonds will never be broken. How people come from delight or the scars of damage to the comfort of a poem. Let me keep my distance always from those who think they have the answers. Let me keep company always with those who say, "Look," and laugh in astonishment and bow their heads. The divine presence is beyond words, but can somehow be embraced, followed, and surrendered to. So let us together follow and learn from that mystery in love and unity.
What is this life flowing through my veins? Could it be other than divine? Fountain of flame, your light is within us, around us, and everywhere. You just repeat after me. D minor. What is this life flowing through my veins? Could it be other than divine? Let's try that. What is this life flowing through my veins? Could it be other than divine? Excellent, we'll do it again. What is this life flowing through my veins? Could it be other than divine? What is this life flowing through my veins? Could it be other than divine? Fountain of flame, your light is within us, around us, and everywhere. Try that. Fountain of flame, your light is within us, around us, and everywhere. Try it. Fountain of flame, your light is within us, around us, and everywhere. Fountain of flame, your light is within us, around us, and everywhere. Around us and everywhere. Around us and everywhere. What is this life flowing through my veins? Could it be other than divine? What is this life flowing through my veins? Could it be other than divine? Fountain of flame, your light is within us, around us, everywhere. Fountain of flame, your light is within us, around us, and everywhere. Around us and everywhere. Around us and everywhere. Around us and everywhere. Around us and everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. What a wonderful message. I love anytime you talk about your view of the heavens, the whole idea of the astronomy, the universe, that's the time I really get that feeling that we are teeny tiny little pieces of something so much bigger, so much bigger. Well, now it's time to bless our offering and thank our Creator for the many blessings that we have been given and affirm our gratitude. So let's start by affirming the truth about ourselves. This is how it goes. My name is, and you use your name, and I am prosperous, always and in all ways. So let's say that together. My name is, and I am prosperous, always and in all ways. Remember, always meaning forever and ever and ever, and always as in all forms. So let's take our offering now. I'd like to have you think about your own prosperity, your opportunity to share that prosperity the way that you do around here, sharing your time and your talent and your treasure. And as this offering basket comes past you, if you're not putting anything in today, I like to remind people some weeks are longer than others, and the money doesn't stretch as far. But whatever you give is a gift to this community. Every little bit makes a difference. And many of you are giving in other, through your banks, through automatic pay. So give what you're able, but give it willingly and joyfully. That's the important part of supporting your spiritual community. So let's think about that as the basket comes by, and let's bless this offering together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I share, and all that I receive. Thank you, Father, Mother, God. Amen.
Where are the words? You know, I'm not that smart. I can't memorize everything. But this is a good one, and hopefully I've sung it enough that you may recognize the chorus and join in. And here it is. Everybody is wondering what and where they're gonna come from. Everybody is worried about where they're gonna go when the whole thing's done. But no one knows for certain, and so it's all the same to me. I think I'll just let the mystery be. Some say when you're gone forever, and some say you're gonna come back. Some say to rest in the arms of their Savior if in sinful ways they lack. Some say that they're coming back in a garden, bunch of carrots and little sweet peas. I think I'll just let the mystery be. Everybody is wondering what and where they all come from. Everybody is worried about where they're gonna go when the whole thing's done. But no one knows for certain, and so it's all the same to me. I think I'll just let the mystery be. Some say that they're going to a place called glory, and I ain't saying that ain't a fact. But I've heard that I'm on the road to purgatory. Hey, I don't like the sound of that. I believe in love and I live my life accordingly. I think I'll just let the mystery be. Everybody is wondering what and where they all came from. Everybody is worried about where they're gonna go when the whole thing's done. No one knows for certain,
all the good music and the wonderful message. So, as we come together again in prayer, we do so in thanksgiving. So, let us go within now and know that we live in an abundant universe and that we are made from this abundance, and we're here to enjoy the abundance, whether it's in our earthly pleasures or our spiritual ahas that we come upon just through our daily living and experiences. And I know that all the gifts that have come forward today and during the week benefit this center and our community, because we also contribute to other organizations in our community. So as we thrive, they thrive. And that we know that as we give, we are always replenished from that infinite source from which we came. So I say thank you from deep within, knowing that all these are precious gifts of our time, talent, and treasure. And we are so blessed to have this place to come together, to share our time and hear wonderful, inspiring messages. So I release this word again with great gratitude, knowing that this is truly so, and so it is. Amen.
Doug, I couldn't help but think when you were talking at the very beginning of your talk about people who like to speak a lot. Anyone who knows me knows he was talking to me. And it just made me laugh. I thought, when I was a kid, the only thing I got in trouble for in school was talking too much. And the only thing I got in trouble for at home was the way I talked too much. You know, that whole attitude thing. So it kind of makes me laugh now that my job is actually to talk. It's all imperfect. It's all imperfect. I had to stay in recess. My girlfriend and I got separated in the class. Our desks got moved. It's a real thing. Well, thank you for joining us this morning. We're glad you could come and hear Doug's wonderful message. Candy will be available for prayer support after the service if you'd like to have a moment with our prayer chaplain. And of course, come downstairs, enjoy some refreshments, and then remember, a group of our friends are going to be headed out to Silver Lake Park out there on the west side of the main park entrance. So if you'd like to go out and soak up a little bit of early fall sun, head out there and join them. So, Dana? There is a birthday cake down there for one of our leaders, our wonderful Yvonne, who is a serving board member, a long time member of the church, and volunteer extraordinaire. She's the lead volunteer for the social hour, and all kinds of other things that happen around this church happen because of her. Our beautiful website, Yvonne. Our board downstairs that tells you what power of the month it is, Yvonne. So let's come down and celebrate her and have some cake. So let's circle around the room now. We'll say our prayer of protection and sing our peace song. Glad you mentioned that, Dana.